What hit? Verbal. Yes, sir.
How would you assess the team performance this weekend? Team going against some of the best talent that
Yeah.
age, winning a loss against a team that tied Minnesota, beat Michigan. And what does that say about the state of Penn State hockey in its first D1 season?
I think what it says is we're going the right direction. There's a lot of positives that you can take out of it. I think if you're looking at tonight, I talked about last night, but looking at tonight, you know, we've had some issues where we thought we could be more mentally tough. Well, you know, tonight, in the first period, we killed 5 power plays in a row. I mean, I think that showed a lot of mental toughness. It also shows, to answer your question, what it means that we've improved in that area. I mean, against obviously an extremely highly skilled team, to kill 5 in a row in the first period, I thought was fantastic. And I mean, you always want to win, but a lot of positives that come out of this weekend. I'm very happy with it, to be honest with you.
Coach, going into the first intermission, like you said, 5 penalties. You only had 4 shots on goal in the first period. You actually blocked more shots than you attempted. But still, what was the mentality in the locker room? Because I feel like the only thing is more negative, but it was actually very positive.
Yeah, it's funny because we know what happened yesterday. Shots were 18-5, and so we wanted to turn that tonight. It was one of our goals to make sure we don't get off that. But we came in, as you mentioned. How many did they have? We had 4. I know that.
They had 19.
Okay, they had 19. So we didn't do as well, but in the locker room, it was very positive. We killed 5 power plays in a row. You're not going to get very many shots killing power plays, and so it was a positive feeling. And we wanted to refocus and have a good second, and we did. I believe we outshot them for the first time. I think that was the one period all weekend where we did outshoot them. So I thought we did a good job of refocusing. So yes, it was positive.
So did you assess the play of your defense tonight? Jared said 13 block shots.
Yeah, actually phenomenal for the reason of we played 5 all weekend, and Coach Fisher actually came to me twice in the third, said, we got to grit this one out because we're dead. We're dead back there. And we actually asked, I think 3 times, defensemen how they were. We were going to call time just for the sake of calling time. But they said they were good and went on. So considering you have a guy like Mark Annis, who this was his first weekend, he had 3 pretty tough days in a row because we worked him pretty hard on Thursday. And I thought the D were awesome. I mean, they held a very skilled team to 0 power play goals and had to kill a lot, and that's very exhausting for D-men. So I was very happy with them.
Coach, going off of that, with such a quick turnaround with games Tuesday and Saturday, with only 5D this weekend, what kind of changes do you make over the next couple of days? Give them more rest than you normally would in that instance? Or?
Yeah, we have a fantastic strength coach who's very educated in all this stuff, and so we're going to still have a very modified workout. We're still going to have the same day that we normally would, but it's normally a skill day, and it's probably going to stay that way with skill and flow. We're not going to hurt the guys at all. We do need to rest and get back, but we're going to have a workout. We're going to have the same day, but workouts will be modified and practice will be slightly modified as well. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I hope what has changed is their regular Saturday night. I hope changes.
You said earlier in the week that you were going to assess Mark after the game last night,
and
he played just as much tonight. Where is he in that?
Excellent. He feels good. The doctor's happy with him, and he's happy with himself, so we're happy.
Going off of that, how would you compare Mark's play this weekend to before he was injured?
Good question. I'd want to study that more to give you a real honest answer, but I know that he brought the same this weekend as he did at the start of the year, that he's just a very imposing figure, number one. I think he helps us just being in the lineup in that sense. He has a big shot. You saw it both nights. He helps a lot there, and he's physical, and he can move. Obviously, his wind isn't where it's going to be, and you saw that a little bit tonight, especially in the third period. But I thought that he, for his first 2 games back, playing back-to-back, I thought he was excellent. And I thought he did a lot of the good things that made us very impressed at the start of the year that impressed us this weekend.
Coach, thoughts on PJ's play tonight? He
Yeah.
mostly kept you in the game.
Yeah, he was excellent. We had, it's funny, I don't know, those goalies are funny, aren't they? Like they're funny. They both just had great, a great weekend. I thought he was excellent. He stopped, had a great stop on a breakaway. He had other great stops. He was very, very good.
Pretty healthy
competition between him and Matt. It seems like Matt comes out as a great game, and PJ comes out as a great game right after it.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I meant, but they're funny because, you know, if you look at UConn, I'm sure, admittedly, if you ask them, they weren't very happy with their performances in UConn. So it sort of seems that they're, I don't know if they're on the same cycle, I don't know, but they seem to be great together and they seem to be a little off together. So we'll have to figure that one out.
How much did it throw things off not having Taylor for half the game? What's been your best storyline the last few weeks?
I thought Frito fit in pretty well. One of the great things about Max Gardner is he plays both the wall and center. And if you watch him, like, he's really good on the wall. He's a big guy. I mean, it's not really surprising, but he's really good on the wall. And he was doing a fantastic job. But when we asked him to move from the wall to center, I mean, he didn't miss a beat. So we're lucky there. I mean, because Gardner plays both, it was less of a factor than it would have been if we were stuck for a centerman. But because he plays both, I thought it was pretty seamless. And Frito came in, I thought he did a really good job. I think one of his very first shifts was a power play, and he was in front of the net all alone. He got drilled in the foot. It might have even been a Giannis, I don't know, but that's how he was welcomed to that line. But I thought he did very well. No. To answer your question, yes, this was predetermined well in advance that we were going to split both of them against the like opponent. And do I think it hurt the team? Absolutely not. I think the team, I know the team has a lot of confidence in both guys. And as Kyle was mentioning, I mean, they have a pretty good, healthy competition, positive competition going between them. So, in fact, I think it might have even helped. You saw it with Scoff, like especially when we saw him being nervous at the start of the season to coming out of his shell. And I think you all recognized that he came out, he was very vocal. He was calm, but he was very vocal and communicative. And I actually think that PJ has increased his communication skills because of Scoffer. I mean, he was decent last year, but I think he's a lot better this year. So with Scoff, it certainly seems that when he's calm yet vocal, he's very good. To answer that question, yes. So I do think that's indicative. And with PJ, I hear him more now than I did last year. So he's learning. And if tonight's any indication, you might be right there too. It's an indication that that he's into the game. And you know, we'll just have to get him talking more all the time.
A couple more questions.
Coach, do you think that goal line or identity line, as you call it, did they take a step forward tonight?
Yeah.
In terms of their play, they seem to drew some penalties. They kind of played that style of football.
They did. They drew penalties. I thought they started the game off, and I thought they started off well. And actually, our best opportunity tonight was a 2-on-1 that they blew down because of a penalty. So they did create things as well. Yes, I thought they played a very good game. I was really happy to see their start. We have high expectations for that line as an identity to role line, as we talked about yesterday. And when we tried to start them in UConn, they got scored on 28 seconds into the game, I believe. And so we gave them another opportunity to start this game, and I thought they started great, and I thought they held it. I thought they were a very positive line.
One more. Last exhibition series, you talked about where their heads were in the second game against Arizona State, and that was earlier in the year. And then it seems like they had just, you know, mentally were more prepared to play this series. Can you assess where they are now versus where they were then?
I don't think so, because I think when you play the U.S. national program, it's a little different than playing Arizona. So no. But I think that Tuesday will give us a good indication, so you might want to ask that question again Tuesday. I know it's not the same situation that it was an exhibition game the Saturday night, but I think because this is so close, you know, we played 2 tough games. I think they were up for it to play the national program, and now, you know, we're back. We're playing in Division III school, so you know what? I can't answer that question today, but I hope to be able to answer it on Tuesday.